The SBS, DEVGRU and Spetznaz are all basically the same unit, just with different accents. That's complete rubbish, because while these three units are often thrown into the same conversation, elite, secretive, lethal, they are built for very different wars, under very different political systems, with very different definitions of success. So the real question, if these units were dropped into the same conflict, who would actually perform best and why? So let us know now who you vouch for. Red for the SBS, blue for DEVGRU, white for Spetznaz. Welcome back to the war. If you want to understand any Special Forces unit, don't start with weapons or training. Start with why they were created. The SBS was born in the Second World War to conduct maritime raids, beach reconnaissance and covert insurgents ahead of amphibious landings. Their DNA is naval, stealth first, intelligence driven. DEVGRU, originally SEAL Team 6, was created in response to counter-terrorism failures like the Iranian hostage crisis. Its purpose wasn't conventional warfare, it was high-risk hostage rescue and direct action under political pressure. And Spetznaz? They weren't created to rescue anyone. Spetznaz units were designed to collapse NATO from inside, sabotage airfields, assassinate commanders, destroy nuclear launch infrastructure, and sow chaos deep behind enemy lines before the first tank crossed the border. Three elite forces, three very different philosophies. Here's what most people miss. The unit's original mission still shapes how it fights today, and that becomes critical later. Let's talk selection, because this is where myth explodes. SBS selection is conducted under UK Special Forces selection and is infamous for endurance, navigation and mental resilience. Long distance yomps, sleep deprivation, jungle warfare and decision making under fatigue. But here's the thing, SBS selection doesn't just test toughness, it filters for judgment, because an SBS operator might spend weeks undetected, making decisions alone, where one mistake compromises an entire operation. DEVGRU selection is different. Candidates already pass SEAL training, then face another layer focused on stress, aggression control, problem solving and extreme physical endurance. It's less about suffering quietly, more about performing precisely under chaos. And Spetznaz? This is where Hollywood exaggerates, but the reality is still brutal. Spetznaz selection varies by unit, but historically emphasises violence of action, hand-to-hand combat and psychological dominance. The goal isn't subtlety, it's breaking enemy systems fast. Which style produces better operators? Endurance, precision or raw aggression? Hold that thought. Let's strip away the hype. The SBS specialises in covert reconnaissance, maritime counter-terrorism. They avoid contact unless necessary. Their ideal mission ends without anyone knowing they were there. The DEVGRU is different. DEVGRU exists to end problems fast. Hostage rescue, high-value target raids, time-sensitive missions where political consequences are enormous. Their operations are often short, violent and decisive. Spetznaz doctrine historically prioritises disruption. Destroy radar, kill command staff, sabotage logistics. This mission wasn't elegance, it was effect. Here's something you might not know. Spetznaz units are trained to accept higher casualty rates than Western Special Forces. That alone tells you everything about how each nation values its operators, and it leads to a hard truth most people don't want to hear. The SBS operates under strict political oversight. Missions are carefully authorised, intelligence driven and often multinational. DEVGRU operates with extreme political trust. When the US government needs something done now, DEVGRU is often the call. And Spetznaz? Historically, they were instruments of state power with fewer political restraints. This doesn't mean better, it means used differently. Ask yourself this: would you rather be flawless and rarely deployed, or deployed constantly with zero margin for error? This difference shapes everything: training cycles, operational tempo, even mindset. And this leads to the comparison everyone argues about online. This is where the comments section lights up. SBS versus DEVGRU versus Spetznaz. Who wins? But wrong question. Because elite units aren't designed to fight each other. But let's reframe it properly. In a covert maritime insertion, the SBS has the edge. In a high-risk hostage rescue under global scrutiny, DEVGRU's experience is unmatched. And in deep sabotage behind enemy lines during large-scale war, Spetznaz doctrine was built for exactly that. Earlier, I asked which selection philosophy creates the best operator. The answer is the one matched to the mission, and that's the point most comparisons miss. Let's address the elephant in the room. People love to argue about who's tougher. Longer selection, harsher instructors, more brutal training. But toughness isn't the goal, reliability is. Western Special Forces optimise for repeatable success with minimal losses. Soviet-era Spetznaz optimised for strategic disruption even at high cost. Neither is superior in isolation. They're reflections of national strategy. And here's a question for you. Would you rather operate knowing your government will move heaven and earth to extract you, or knowing the mission matters more than your survival? That difference changes everything. Modern Spetznaz is not the Cold War myth many imagine. Western Special Forces have decades of continuous combat experience in Iraq, Afghanistan and global counter-terrorism operations. DEVGRU and the SBS benefit from joint operations, joint intelligence, ISR dominance. Meanwhile, Spetznaz effectiveness has been inconsistent in recent conflicts, not due to individual skill, but systematic issues, command structure, intelligence failures, and political interference. Elite troops cannot compensate for a broken system, no matter how hard the training is. So which unit is the most dangerous? The honest answer? The one used correctly. The SBS excels because it knows exactly what it's for. DEVGRU excels because it's trusted to act decisively. Spetznaz was feared because it was designed to destabilise entire systems. Because special forces don't win wars alone, they shape them. Now go check out our video on the British Paras versus the Russian VDV. Hi soldiers, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments, and check out our merchant membership programs. And don't forget to check back in again soon. That's an order.